with love like fire and renew my strength when I grow tired. Give me peace and my deepest desire to fill my heart with your love like fire. Send your mercy like rain. Send your mercy like rain and wash away this day. Send your mercy like rain. When I'm in your home alone, I'm not alone. The angels on high proclaim how great is your name. Send your mercy like rain. Send your mercy like rain and wash away this day. Send your mercy like rain. Pour out your grace to light up my face. Bring me into the light and set my heart right. Send your mercy like rain. Send your mercy like rain and wash away this day. Send your mercy like
All right. Uh, Let me do something real quick. That, that. All right. All right. We'll be doing chapter 17. More so ever. Let me turn the mic down a little. Don't want it too high. More so ever asked Ophel said unto Absalom, let me now choose out 12,000 men. I will arise and pursue after David this night. And I will come upon him while he is weary and weak handed, and will make him afraid, and all the people that are with him shall flee, and I will smite the king only. And I will bring back all the people unto thee. The man whom thou seekest is all, if all returned, so all the people shall be in peace. And the saying plead Absalom, well, and all the elders of Israel. Then said Absalom, call now Hushai the Archite also, and let us hear likewise what he says. And when Hushai was come to Absalom, Absalom spoke unto him, saying, Ahithophel have spoken after this manner. Shall we do after his saying? Not? Speak thou. Then Hushai said unto Absalom, counsel that Ahithophel has given is not good at this time. For said Hushai, thou knowest thy father and his men, that they be mighty men, and they be cafed in their minds as a bear robbed of her whelps field, and thy father is a man of war, and will not lodge with the people. Behold, he is hid now in some pit or in some other place, and it will come to pass when some of them be overthrown at the first that whosoever heareth it say there a slaughter among the that follow Absalom. He is also that is valiant, whose heart is as the heart of a lion, shall utterly melt for all Israel. Knowest that thy father is a mighty man, they which be with him are valiant men. Therefore, I counsel that all Israel be generally gathered unto thee, from Dan even to Beersheba, as the sand that is by the sea for multitude, and that thou go to battle in thine own person. So shall we come upon him in some place where he shall be found, and we will light upon him, as the dew falleth on the ground, and of him. Of all the men that are with him, there shall not be left so much as one. More, moreover, if he be gotten into a city, then shall all Israel bring ropes to that city, and we will draw it into the river until there be not one small stone found there. And Absalom, all the men of Israel said, Counsel, Hushai, the Archite is better than the counsel of Asaph, for the Lord has a I was going to sneeze. For the Lord has appointed to defeat the good counsel of Ahithophel, to the intent that the Lord might bring evil upon Absalom. Then said Hushai unto Zadok and to Abdar the priest, thus and thus did Absalom counsel Absalom and the elders of Israel, and thus have I counseled. Now therefore send quickly and tell David, saying, Lodge not this night in the plains of the wilderness, but speedily pass over, lest the king be swallowed up and all the people that are with him. Now Jonathan and Ahimaaz stayed by El Rove, for they might not be seen to come into the city. And a wench went and told them. They went and told King David. Nevertheless, a lad saw them, told Absalom, but they went, both of them, away quickly, and came to a man's house in Bathram, which had a well in his court, whither they went down. And the woman took and spread a covering over the well mouth, and spread a ground corn thereon, and a thing was not known. And when Absalom servants came to the woman to the house, they said, Where is Ahimaaz and Jonathan? And the woman said unto them, They be gone forever, brook of water. And when they had sought and could not find them, they returned to Jerusalem. And it came to pass, after they were departed, that they came up out of the wall, and went and told King David, and said unto David, Arise and pass quickly over the water, for thus has Ahithophel counseled against you. Then David arose, and all the people that were with him, and they passed over Jordan by the morning light. There lacked not one of them that was not gone over Jordan. And when Ahithophel saw that his counsel was not followed, he saddled his ass and arose and gat him home to his house, to his city, put his household in order, and hanged himself and died, and was buried in the sepulchre of his father. Then David came to Mahanaim. Absalom passed over Jordan, and he and all his men of Israel with him. And Absalom made Amasa captain of the host instead of Joab, which Ammon was a man's son whose name was Esra, an Israelites that went into Abigail. I know it's funny. And the daughter of Nahash, sister to Zerah, Joab, mother. So Israel and Absalom pitched in the land of Galilee. Came to pass when David was come to Mahanaim that Shabai, the son of Nashai, rabbi of the children of Ammon, and Machas, the son of Meriah, a Lobar, and Barzillai the Galileite, a Roglim, brought beds and fashion and earthen vessels, wheat and barley and flour and parched corn and bean and lentils and parched oats, and honey and butter and sheep and cheese, fine for David and for the people that were with him to eat, for they said the people is hungry and weary and thirsty in the wilderness. Oh, before I go reading again, let me look at what day I should. I could clean my PC today because I always clean it on the first day of the month, but I could clean it after stream. Let's clean it on the 17th. I always clean it 2 times a month. Even if it's barely dusty, I still clean it because I don't want to like be clean it once a month, and if it's like extremely dusty, then I got to take more time out of my hands to clean every single thing. I rather just do it just in case if it is a little dusty, keep it clean, keep it running smooth, and everything. Let me wait. Chapter 8. And David numbered the people that were with him, set captains of thousands and captains of hundreds over them. David sent forth a third part of the people under the hand of Joab, a third part under the hand of Abshai, son of Zerah, Joab's brother, and a third part under the hand of Ittai, and the king said unto the people, I will surely go forth with myself also. But the people answered, Thou shalt not go forth, for if we flee away, they will not care for us neither. If half of us die, will they care for us? But now that art forth 10,000 of us, therefore now it is better that thou succor us out of the city. The king said unto them, What seemeth best I would do, and the king stood by the gate. Died, and all the people came out by hundreds and by thousands, and the king commanded Joab and Abishai and Adonai, saying, Deal gently for my sake with the young man ever was Absalom. All the people heard when the king gave all the captains charge concerning Absalom. So the people went out into the field against Israel, and the battle was in the wood of Ephraim, where the people of Israel were slain before the servants of David. There was a great slaughter that day of 20,000 men. For the battle was there scattered over the face of all the country, and the wood devoured more people that day than the sword devoured. And Absalom met the servants of David. And Absalom rode upon a mule, and the mule went under the thick boughs of great oak, and his head caught hold of the oak, and he was taken up between the heaven and the earth, and the mule that was under him went away. And a certain man saw it and told Joab and said, Behold, I saw Absalom hanged in an oak. Joab said unto the man that told him, And behold, thou sawest him, and why didst thou not smite him there to the ground? And I would have given thee 10 shekels silver and a girdle. And the man said unto Joab, Thou I should receive 1,000 shekels of silver in mine hand, yet would I not put forth mine hand against the king's son. In our hearing the king charged the Absalom and Hittite, saying, Beware, that none touch the young man Absalom. Otherwise I should have wrought falsehood against mine own life. For there is no matter hid from the king, and thou thyself wouldest have set thyself against me. Then said Joab, I may not tarry thus with thee. And he took 3 darts in his hand and thrust them through the heart of Absalom while he was yet alive, in the midst of the oak. And ten young men that bare Joab armor compassed about and smote Absalom and slew him. And Joab blew the trumpet, and the people returned from pursuing after Israel, for Joab held back the people. And they took Absalom and cast him into a great pit in the wood, and laid a very great heap of stones upon him, and all of Israel fled, every one to his tent. Now Absalom in his lifetime had taken and reared up for himself a pillar which is in the king's dale, for he said, I have no son to keep my name in remembrance. And he called the pillar after his own name, and it is called unto this day Absalom place. And said Ahimaaz, son of Zodok, let me now run and bear the king tidings, how that the Lord hath avenged him his enemies. And Joab said unto him, Thou shalt not bear tidings this day, but thou shalt bear tidings another day. But this day thou shalt bear no tidings, because the king's son is dead. Then said Joab to Cushi, Go tell the king what thou hast seen. And Cushi bowed himself into Joab and ran. Then said Ahimaaz the son of Zodok yet again to Joab, But howsoever let me, I pray thee, also run after Cushi and Joab, and say, Wherefore wilt thou run, my son, seeing that thou hast no tidings ready? But howsoever said he, Let me run, and he said unto him, Runs, and Ahimaaz ran by the way of the plain, and overran Cushi. And David sat between the 2 gates, and watchman, and went up to the roof over the gate unto the wall, and lifted up his eyes, and looked, and behold, a man running alone. And the watchman cried and told the king, and the king said, If he be alone, there is tidings in his mouth. And he came a pace and drew near. And the watchman saw another man running, and the watchman called unto the porter and said, Behold, another man running alone. And the king said, He is also bringeth tidings. And the watchman said, Methinketh the running of the foremost is like the running of Ahimaaz, the son of Zodok. And the king said, He is a good man, and cometh with good tidings. And Ahimaaz called and said unto the king, All is well. And he fell down to the earth upon his face before the king, and said, Blessed be the Lord thy God, which hath delivered up the men that lifted up their hand against my lord the king. And the king said, Is the young man Absalom safe? And Ahimaaz answered, When Joab sent the king's servant me thy servant, I saw a great tumult, but I knew not what it was. And the king said unto him, sent me a message. Oh, it's just Tyler. Uh, Turn aside and stand here. And he turned aside and stood still. Behold, Cushi came, and Cushi said, Tidings, my lord, king of for the Lord have avenged thee this day of all them that rose up against thee. And the king said unto Cushi, Is the young man Absalom safe? And Cushi answered, The enemies of my lord, the king, and all that rise against you, the hurt by it as that young man is. The king was much moved and went up to the chamber over the gate and wept. As he went thus, he said, O my son, Absalom, my son, Absalom, would God I had died for thee, O Absalom, my son, my son. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh well. Chapter 19. And it was told Joab, Behold, the king weepeth and mourneth for Absalom. The victory that day was turned into mourning unto all the people, for the people heard say that the day how the king was grieved for his son. And the people gat them by stealth that day into the city, as people being ashamed steal away when flee in battle. But the king covered his face, and the king cried with a loud voice, O my son Absalom! O Absalom, my son, my son. And Joab came into the house to the king and said, Thou hast shamed this day the faces of all thy servants, which this day have saved thy life, and the lives of my sons, and of my daughters, and the lives of thy wives, and the lives of thy concubines, and that thou lovest thine enemies, hatest thy friends, for thou hast declared this day that thou regardest neither prince nor servants. For this day I perceive that if Absalom had lived and all we had died this day, then it had pleased thee well. Now therefore arise, go forth, and speak comfortably unto thy servants, for I swear by the Lord, if thou go not forth, there will not tarry one with thee tonight. And that will be worse unto thee than all the evil that befell thee from thy youth until now. Then the king arose and sat in the gate, and they told unto all the people, saying, Behold, the king doth sit in the gate. All the people came before the king, for Israel had fled every man to his tent. And all the people were at the scribes throughout all the tribes of Israel, saying, The king saved us out of the hand of our enemies, and he delivered us out of the hand of the Philistines. Now he is fled out of the land for Absalom. And Absalom, who we anointed over us, is dead in battle. Now therefore, why speak ye not a word of bringing the king back? And King David sent to Zodak and to Abiathar the priest, saying, Speak unto the priests, saying, Speak unto the elders of Judah, saying, Why are ye the last to bring the king back to his house, seeing the speech of all Israel is come to the king, even to his house? Ye are my brethren, ye are my bones and my flesh. Wherefore then are ye the last to bring back the king? And say ye to Amash, Art thou not of my bone and of my flesh? God do me and more. Also, if thou be not captain of the host before me continually in the realm of Joab, he bowed the heart of all the men of Judah, even as the heart of one man, so that they sent this word unto the king. Return thou and all thy servants. So the king returned and came to Jordan, and Judah came to Gilgal, go to meet the king of to conduct the king over Jordan, and Shammai son of Gera, Benjaminite, which was of Bahrain, hastened and came down with the men of Judah to meet King David. And there were 1,000 men of Benjamin with him, and Ziba, the servant of the house of Saul, and his 15 sons and his 20 servants with him, and they went over the Jordan before the king. And and there went over a ferry boat to carry over the king's household, and to do what he thought good. And Shammai the son of Gera fell down before the king as he was come over the Jordan, and said unto the king, Let not my lord impute iniquity unto me, neither do thou remember that which thy servant did perversely the day that my lord the king went out of Jerusalem, that the king should take it to his heart. For thy servant dost know that I have sinned, therefore, hold, I am come the first this day of all the house of Joshua to go down to meet my lord the king. But Abishai the son of Zerah answered and said, Shall not Shimei be put to death for this, because he cursed the Lord anointed? And David said, What have I to do with you, the son of Zerah, that ye should this day be adversary unto me? Shall there any man be put to death this day in Israel? For do not know, for do not I know what I am this day king over Israel? Therefore the king said unto Shimei, Thou shalt not die. And the king swore unto him. I don't know how to say that word. I'm just going to spell it Mephiboseth. The son of Saul came down to meet the king, and had either dressed his feet, nor trimmed his beard, nor washed his clothes from the day the king departed unto the day he came again in peace. It came to pass, when he was come to Jerusalem to meet the king, that the king said unto him, Wherefore wentest not thou with me? Here's that word again, I already spelled. And he answered, My lord, O king, my servant deceived me, for thy servant said, I will saddle me an ass, that I may ride there on and go to the king, because thy servant is lame. And he has slandered thy servant unto my lord the king, but my lord the king is an angel of God. Therefore, what is good in thine eyes? For all of my father's house were but dead men before my lord. Then the king, yet didst thou set thy servant among them that did eat at thine own hand. Right therefore have I yet to cry any more unto the king. And the king said unto him, Why speakest thou any more of thy matters? I have said, Thou and Ziba divided the land, and I can't say it. That word is so hard to say, and it's long. And said unto the king, Ye the king, ye let him take all the form as much as my lord the king is come again in peace unto his own house. And Barzillai the Gileadite came down from Roglim and went over Jordan with the king to conduct over Jordan. Now Barzillai was a very aged man, fourscore year old, and had provided the king of sustenance while he lay at Mahan, for he was very great. The king said unto Barzillai, Come thou over with me, and I will feed thee with me in Jerusalem. And Barzillai said unto the king, How long have I to live, that I should go up with the king unto Jerusalem? I am this day fourscore years old, and can I discern between good and evil? Can thy servant taste what I eat, or what I drink? Can I hear any more the voice of singing men and singing women? Wherefore then should thy servant be yet a burden unto my lord the king? The servant will go a little way over Jordan with the king, and why should the king recompense it me with such a reward? Let thy servant, I praise thee, turn back again, that I may die in mine own city, and be buried by the grave of my father and of my mother. But behold, thy servant him, let him go over with my lord king, and do to him what shall seem unto thee. And the king answered, Chimham shall go over with me, and I will do to him which shall seem good unto thee, and whatsoever thou shalt require of me, that I will do for thee. And all the people went over Jordan, and when the king come over, the king kissed Barzillai and blessed him, and returned unto his own place. Then the king went on to Galilee, and Shimshon went on with him, and all the people of Judah conducted the king, and also half of the people of Israel. And behold, all the men of Israel came to the king and said unto the king, Why have our brethren, the men of Judah, stolen three away, and have brought the king and his household and all David's men with him over the Jordan? And all the men of Judah answered the men of Israel, Because the king is near of kin to us, wherefore then be angry for this matter. Have we eaten at all of the king's cost, or has he given us any gifts? And the men of Israel answered the men of Judah, that we have 10 parts in the king, and we have also more right in David than ye. Why then did ye advise us that our device should not be first had in bringing back our king? And the word of the men of Judah were fiercer than the word of the men of. All right, chapter 20. I'll be right back. I don't know if I'm getting sick or what, or if it's just my nose is so itchy today. Chapter 20. And there happened to be there a man in Belial, whose name was Sheba, the son of Bichri, a Benjaminite, and he blew a trumpet and said, We have no part in David, neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. Every man to his tent, O Israel. So every man of Israel went up from after David and followed Sheba and the son of Bichri. But the men of Judah clave unto their king from Jordan, even to Jerusalem. And David came to his house at Jerusalem, and the king took the 10 women women I got it. His concubines. I'll be right back again. All right. Whom he had left to keep the house and put them in ward and fed them, but went not in unto them, so they were shut up, and unto the day of their death, living in widowhood. Then said the king to Amash, assemble me the men of Judah within within 3 days, and be thou here present. So Amash went to assemble the men of Judah, but he tarried longer than the set time which he had appointed him. And David said to Abishai, now shall Shabbat the son of Bichri do us more harm than did Absalom. Take thou thy Lord's servants and pursue after him, lest he get him fenced cities and escape us. And there went out after him Joab men and the Cherethites and the Pelahites and all the mighty men, and they went out of Jerusalem to pursue after Shabbat the son of Bichri. When they were at the great stone which is in Gibeon, Amash went before them, and Joab's garment that he had put on was girded onto him, and upon it a girdle, sword fastened upon his loins, and the sheath thereof, and as he went forth it fell out. And Joab said to Amanas, art thou and help my brethren? And Joab took Amash by the beard with the right hand to kiss him. But Amas took no heed to the sword that was in Joab's hand, so he smote him therewith in the fifth rib, and set out his bowels to the ground, and struck him not again, and he died. So Joab and Abishai his brother pursued after Shabbat the son of Bichri, and one of Joab's men stood by him, and say, he that devours Joab, and he that is for David, let him go after Joab. And Amas wallowed in blood in the midst of the highway, and when the man saw that all the people stood still, he removed Amash out of the highway into the field and cast a cloth upon him when he saw that everyone that came by him stood still. When he was removed out of the highway, all the people went on after Joab to pursue after Sheba, the son of Bichri, and he went through all the tribes of Israel unto Abel and to Besmar and all the Berites, and they were gathered together and went also after him. And they came and besieged him in Abiel and Beth Maachah, and they cast up a bank against the city, and it stood in the trench, and all the people that were with Joab battered the wall to throw it down. Then cried a wise woman out of the city, Hear, 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 say, I pray you unto Joab, come near hither, that I may speak with thee. And when he was come near unto her, the woman said, Art thou Joab? And he answered, I am he. Then he said unto him, Hear the word of thine handmaid. And he answered, I do hear. Then he spoke, saying, that they were wont to speak in old times, saying, They shall surely ask counsel at Abia, and so they ended the matter. I am one of them that are peaceable and faithful in Israel. Thou seekest to destroy a city and a mother in Israel. Why wilt thou swallow up the inheritance of the Lord? And Joab answered and said, far be it from me, that I shall swallow up or destroy the matter is not so. But a man of Mount Ephraim, Sheba the son of Bichri, by name, hath lifted up his hand against the king, even against David delivered him only, and I will depart from the city. And the woman said unto Joab, Behold, his head shall be thrown to thee over the wall. Then the woman went unto all the people in her wisdom. They cut off the head of Sheba, son of Bertri, cast it out to Joab. He blew a trumpet, and they retired from the city, every man to his tent. Joab returned to Jerusalem unto the king. Now Joab was over all the host of his Mennonite, that son of Joiada was over the chariots and over the Pelethites, and Adoram was over the tribute, and Josh Jehoshaphat, the son of Abu, was recorder, and Sheba was scribe, and Zodak and Abner were the priests. And Ira also the Jeriah was chief ruler about David. Text my friend real quick. Up. My mouth's just dying. I gotta put a new battery in there pretty soon. That right there. Oh, okay. Higher tower and my refuge, my savior. Thou savest me from violence. I will call on the Lord, who is worthy of praise, so shall I be saved from mine enemy. When the waves of death compassed me, floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about, the snares of death prevented me in my distress. I called upon the Lord and cried to my God, and he did hear my voice out of his temple, and my cry did enter into his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations of heaven moved and shook because he was wroth. And there went up a smoke out of his nostrils, fire out of his mouth, devoured coals kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also and came down in darkness under his feet, and he rode upon the cherub, did fly, and he was seen upon the wings of the wind. And he made darkness, wild winds around about him, dark waters, and thick clouds of the skies. Through the brightness before him were coals of fire kindled, and the Lord thundered from heaven, and most high altered his voice, and he sent out arrows, scattered them lightning, comfort them. The channels of sea appeared, the foundations of the word were discovered at the rebuking of the Lord, at the blast of breath of the nostrils. They sent from above, he took me, threw me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy and from them that hated me, for they were too strong for me. They prevented me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord was my strength. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands has he compressed me, for I have kept the way of the Lord, and have not wickedly departed from my God. For all his judgment were before me, and as far his statutes I did not depart from them. I was also upright before him, and have kept myself from mine iniquity. Therefore the Lord has recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to my cleanness in thy sight. Was the merciful thou wilt shew thyself merciful, and was the upright man thou wilt shew thyself upright. Was the pure thou wilt shew thyself pure, and with the froward thou wilt shew thyself unsavour, and the afflicted people thou wilt say, but thine eyes are upon the haughty, that thou mayest bring them down, for thou art my lamp. O Lord, and the Lord will lighten my darkness. For by thee I have run through a troop, by God have I leaped over a wall. As for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all of them that trust in him. For who is God save the Lord, and who is a rock save our God? God is my strength, power, and he maketh my way perfect, maketh my feet like hens' feet, and setteth me upon my high places, teaches my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by mine arms. Thou also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy gentleness hast made me great. Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, so that my feet did not slip. I have pursued thine energy. I have pursued mine enemies, and had destroyed them, and turned not against until I had consumed them. And I have consumed them and wounded them, that they could not arise. He, they are fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with strength to battle them. that rose up against me hast thou subdued under me. Thou hast also given me the neck of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. They looked, but they was none to save, even unto the Lord, but he answered them not. Then did I beat them as small as the dust of the earth. I did stamp them as the mire of the street, did spread them abroad. Thou hast delivered me from the striving of my people, that thou hast kept me to be head of the heathen. A people which I knew not shall serve me. Strangers shall submit themselves unto me. As soon as they hear, they shall be obedient unto me. Strangers shall fade away, and they shall be afraid out of their clothes places. The Lord liveth, and blessed be my rock, and exalted be the God of the rock of my salvation. It is God that avenged me, and that brightens down the people under me, and that bringest me forth from mine enemies. Thou also hast lifted me up on high above them that rose up against me. Thou hast delivered me from the violent man. Therefore I will give thanks unto thee, O Lord, among the heathen, and I will sing praises unto thy name. He is the tower of salvation for his king in Sheba, mercy to his anointed unto David and to his forevermore. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta get some water. Um, I ran out of coffee. All right, chapter 23. Now these to be the last words of David. David, the son of Jesse, said, and the man who was raised up on high, the anointed of the God of Jacob, and the sweet polishness of Israel, said, the Spirit of the Lord spoke by me, and his word was in my tongue. The God of Israel said, the rock of Israel spoke to me. He that ruleth over the men must be just, ruling in the fear of God. He shall be as the light of the morning when the sun rises, even a morning without clouds, as the tender grass springing out of the earth, or clear shining after rain. Also, my house be not so with God, yet he has made with me an everlasting covenant ordered, and all the things ensured, for this is all my salvation, and all of my desire also he make it not to grow. But the son of Belial shall be all of them have sworn thrust away, because they cannot be taken with hands. But the man that shall touch them must be fenced with iron, and the staff of a spear, and they shall be utterly burned with fire in the same place. These be the names of the mighty men whom David had: Achmite, and sat in the seat chief among captains. His name was also Edenites. And after him was Elzar, the son of Dodo, Elhadite. One of the three mighty men was David when they defied the Philistines that would there gathered together to battle the men of Israel were gone away. He arose and smote the Philistines until his hand was weary and his hand clave unto the sword, and the Lord wrought a great victory that day. And the people returned after him only to spoil. And after him was Shammah, the son of Agee, the Herite, and the Philistines were gathered together into the troop where it was a piece of ground full of lentils, and the people fled from the Philistines. But he stood in the midst of the ground and defended it and slew the Philistines, and the Lord brought a great victory. And 3 of the 30 chiefs went down and came to David in the harvest time unto the cave of Adullam, and the troop of the Philistines pitched in the valley of Rephaim. And David was sent in and hold, and the garrison of the Philistines was then in Bethlehem. And David longed and said, "Oh, that one would give me drink of the water of the well of Bethlehem, which is by the gate." And the 3 mighty men brake through the host of the Philistines and drew water out of the well. And Bethlehem that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. Nevertheless, he would not drink thereof, but poured it out unto the Lord. And he said, Be it far from me, O Lord, that I should do this. Is not this the blood of the men that went in jeopardy of their lives? Therefore he would not drink it. These things did these 3 mighty men. And Abishai, the brother of Joab, the son of Juriah, was chief among 3, and he lifted up his spear against 300 and slew them, and had the name among 3. Was he not most honorable of 3? Therefore he was their captain. Howbeit he attained not unto the first 3. And Besnah, the son of Jehoiada, the son of valiant man of Kabzeel, who had done many acts, he slew 2 lion-like men of Moab. He went down also and slew a lion in the midst of a pit in time of snow. And he slew an Egyptian, a godly man. And the Egyptian had a spear in his hand. But he went down to him with a staff and plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand and slew him with his own spear. These things did Benaiah the son of Jodiah had the name among 3 mighty men. He was more honorable than the 30, but he attained not to the first 3, and David set him over his guard. Abishai, the brother of Joab, was one of the 30 Elanians, the son of Dodo of Bethlehem. Shammah the Hararite, Elak the Hararite, Elzah the Paltite, Ira the son of Exod the Tekoite, Abzer and Asashite, Mebani, Asashite, Dalman the Hattite, Amaziah the Netophathite, Caleb the son of Benah, a Nephthalite, Hittite the son of Rabbi, out of Gibeah of the children of Benjamin, Benia the Parathite, Hiddai the brooks of Gash, Abiram the Abarite, Asma the Berzazite, Elbiah the Shabbatite of the son of Joshon, Johnson, Shammah the Heritite, Amiam the son of Shar the Hadarite, Iphiat the son of Hashbai the son of Machite, Eliam the son of Hosaphel the Gileonite, Ezrai the Camelite, Padarite the Habitite, Egal the son of Nason of Zobah, Beni the Gedadite, Zelek the Ammonite, Nahari the Beerothite, armor bearer to Joab the son of Zeruiah, Ira the Itzurite, Gareb and Adorite, Uriah the Hittite, 13, 7 in all. That was a lot of names to say, and a lot of them were really hard to say. But yeah, Next Sunday we'll be doing chapter. Wait, hold on. Let me see real quick. Oh, you know what? Let's just finish this one. Then we'll be on a new book. Chapter 24. And again, the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. He, and he moved David against them to say, Go number Israel and Judah. For the king said to Joab, the captain of the host which was with him, Go now through all the tribes of Israel, from Dan even to Beersheba, and number ye the people, that I may know the number of the people. And Joab said unto the king, Now the Lord thy God add unto the people how many soever they be 100-fold, and that the eye of my lord the king may see it. But why doth my lord the king delight in this thing? Notwithstanding, the king's word prevailed against Joab and against the captains of the host, and Joab and the captains of the host went out from the presence of the king to number the people of Israel. And they passed over Jordan and pitched in Area on the right side of the city that lieth in the midst of the river of Gad, and toward Jazer. Then they came to Galilee and to the land of Tosraim, Dorsey, and they came to Dan John, and about Gideon, and came on the stronghold of Tyre, into all the cities of the Hevites and the Canaanites, and they went out to the south of Judah, even to Beersheba. So when they had gone through all the land, they came to Jerusalem at the end of 9 months, 20 days, and Joab gave up the sum of the number of the people unto the king, and there were in Israel 80,000 valiant that drew the sword, and the men of Judah were 500,000. David's heart smote him after that he had numbered the people, and David said unto the Lord, I have sinned greatly, and that I have done, and now I bid thee, O Lord, take away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done very foolishly. For when David was up in the morning, the word of the Lord came unto prophet God, David seer, saying, Go and say unto David, Thus says the Lord, I offer these three things, choose thee one of them, that I may do unto thee. So God came to David, and told him, said unto him, Shall 7 years of famine come unto thy land? Or wilt thou flee 3 months before thy enemies, while they pursue thee, or that there 3 days Philistines in thy land? Now advise and see what answer I shall return to him that sent me. David said unto God, I am I am in a great strait. Let us fall now into the hand of the Lord. Mercies are great, and let me not fall into the hand of man. So the Lord sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning into the time appointed. There and there died of the people from Dan even to Beersheba 17,000 men. And when the angel stretched out his hand upon to destroy it, the Lord repented him of the evil and said to the angel that destroyed the people, It is enough, stray now thine hand. And the angel of the Lord was by present place of Araunah, Jebusite, and David spoke unto the Lord when he saw the angel that smote the people, and said, Lo, I have sinned, and I have done wickedly, but these people, what have they done? Let thine hand, I pray thee, be against me, and against my father's house. And Gad came that day, David, and said unto him, Go up and rear an altar unto the Lord in the praising floor of Araunah the Jebusite. And David, according to the saying of God, went up as the Lord commanded. And Araunah looked and saw the king of his servants coming toward him. And Araunah went out and bowed himself toward the king on his face upon the ground. And Araunah said, Wherefore is my lord the king come to his servants? And David said, To buy the threshing floor of thee, build an altar unto the Lord, that plague may be strayed from the people. And Araunah said unto David, Let my lord the king take offer up what seemeth good unto him. Behold, here be the oxen for burnt sacrifice and threshing instruments, and other instruments of the oxen for wood. All these things did Araunah as the king give unto the king. Araunah said unto the king, Lord thy God accept thee. The king said unto Araunah, Nay, but I will surely buy it of these at a price, neither will I offer burnt offerings unto the Lord my God of that which doth cost me nothing. So David bought a threshing floor and auction for 50 shekels of silver. And David built there an altar unto the Lord and offered burnt offerings, peace offerings. So the Lord was entreated for the land, and the plague was stayed from Israel. All right. Um, my my one thing I do like a lot is Romans 14:8. If we live for the Lord, and if we die for the Lord. So whether we live or die, we belong to the Lord. That's my favorite one of all times. But yeah, we're gonna be doing a new book, the first book of the Kings, next Sunday. But I like to very appreciate every single one of y'all popping in and watching. Like I always say, it makes me happy a lot when y'all do this. It makes my day. Um, Tomorrow I would be doing Fable 2. I got to hook my Xbox up on here because my one friend been wanting me to do it really bad. But yeah, I might stream tonight. I don't know. Fable is gonna be on Monday. Not gonna be tonight if I stream again. But yeah. Hope everyone have a great day, a great night, and I'll see y'all next time.
I've been lost, I can't find the way. Every step feels like it breaks me. I'm tired of running in circles again. I need your voice to cut through the noise. I'm slipping fast, I can't pretend. Show me the path, I'll follow.